the top 5 cases that forensics almost missed.
July 1982, when the first bodies were discovered in the Green River. A terrifying pattern was emerging. The Green River Task Force was formed, launching one of the largest manhunts in American history. Detectives combed through thousands of leads, but the killer seemed like a ghost, vanishing into the Pacific Northwest woods. Gary Ridgway first appeared on the police radar as early as 1983, but he was just one name among many. In 1984, Ridgway passed a polygraph test. It was a pivotal moment that led investigators to look elsewhere. By 1987, police finally searched his home. They collected hair and a saliva sample, but the technology of the day couldn't link him to the crimes. Desperate, detectives even consulted Ted Bundy. He warned them the killer was likely revisiting his victims. Bundy's profile was chillingly accurate, but the lack of physical evidence kept the case cold for another decade. As the years turned into a decade, the task force was downsized. The Green River Killer became a haunting legend. Then, in 2001, a breakthrough. New DNA technology allowed scientists to extract profiles from microscopic samples. The saliva sample taken from Ridgway in 1987 was re-examined. It was a definitive match to the earliest victims. On November 30th, 2001, the hunt finally ended. Gary Ridgway was arrested leaving his job at a truck factory. But it wasn't just DNA. Forensic microscopists found tiny spheres of specialized truck paint on the victim's clothing. Ridgway had worked as a truck painter for 32 years. Science had finally linked his workplace to the bodies in the woods. To avoid the death penalty, Ridgway agreed to a plea bargain. He would lead police to his remaining victims. He confessed to 48 murders, making him the most prolific serial killer in American history. In a courtroom filled with grieving families, he was sentenced to 48 life terms without parole. The most stunning moment came when a victim's father offered forgiveness. The killer, stoic for decades, finally wept. The Green River case is a testament to the power of evidence preservation. The samples saved in the 80s solved the case in the 2000s. Even today, DNA continues to identify the remaining Jane Does. The Somerton Man, unmasking a 70-year mystery. For 7 decades, he was Australia's most baffling enigma. On December 1st, 1948, a well-dressed man was found dead on Somerton Beach. He carried no identification, and every label had been cut from his clothes. In his pockets, a bus ticket and a rail ticket, but no wallet and no name. The mystery only deepened from there. Hidden in a secret pocket was a tiny scrap of paper with 2 Persian words, Tamam Shud. It means, "It is finished." The scrap came from a book found in an unlocked car. On its back cover were 5 lines of an unbreakable code. For 70 years, investigators followed leads that went nowhere. The unknown man was buried, but a plaster death mask preserved his image, and a vital secret. In 2022, a breakthrough. Researchers used advanced DNA sequencing on rootless hair strands trapped in that very death mask. The genetic profile led to a name, Carl Webb. He wasn't a Cold War spy, but an electrical engineer from Melbourne. Webb was a man who wrote poetry and liked betting on horses. The code may have simply been related to his gambling stakes. While we have a name, questions remain. How was he linked to a local nurse? And what was the true cause of his death? The Somerton Man is no longer unknown. It's a testament to the power of science to finally give a man back his identity.